I'd love to get both of your takes on expectations. We explore expectations through a few different vantage points in our research, and I'm wondering if you feel like there's expectations at your school or your workplace that you feel like help your mental health in some way.
I would say yes, because when I'm expected to help a client achieve their goals, that helps me tremendously because I just love the aspect of helping others as well. Like it makes me feel good about myself every day when I go into work. So I think that's.
Yeah, that's wonderful here. And that connects a lot to um, our purpose research, which I want to ask you about that next. But um, yeah, Kaya, I'd love to hear your answer as well. And in that same vein of expectations, I'm wondering also for both of you, if there's expectations that you feel like are harmful for your mental health with the way that they're communicated or just what the expectations are themselves in school or work settings. But yeah, Kai, let's hear from you.
Um, yeah, like for things that have definitely helped me, I think it's the fact that, once again, like I guess my school, they really express, like they really are big on creativity. So I think the expectation to be vulnerable, because like that's what your art is. I don't just take psychology, I'm also a creative writer as well. So, a lot of my creative writing courses, they kind of expect you to kind of like pour your heart in there, which is really good. It's a nice mental clarity to be able to discuss topics about mental health, and not just that, but like any other thing that's going on in our society today. It's like good to be able to speak about it in a way where we're not just talking about it in casual discussion, but we're actually, utilizing like other resources, doing like a nice dive about it, and really like, discussing how these topics affect us. So like that's just really good because it just helps. I think it just kind of helps everybody out, to just be able to pour our thoughts out there.
Yeah, I would definitely say that in high school, I think a lot of adults would push their ideals on you and like what they think that you should do or like um, what they feel you would be best at. And that's good. But I think you need to let the kid decide as an individual what they want to do and where they want to go and just who they want to be in general. So I think they push a lot of their ideals onto you.
Yep,
So.
I hear that. I definitely hear that.
Definitely. Yeah, I resonate with that a lot, especially like high school. It kind of followed me into college in some ways too, that I had to get used to. But specifically, I know my senior year, for example, we're all choosing colleges and stuff. And I always knew that I wanted an abstract path. I always knew that I never wanted to take another core class again, and it's like, I feel like, you know, faculty members, like teachers, especially in high school, and, just like your peers in general, they kind of all expect us, especially in an American school system, especially, there's not always a lot of room for creativity there. And I think that they always expect you to go into like this one route. So when I told, my career coach, I think, or graduation coach, that I wanted to go to New York to study and, go to a new school specifically, she was kind of like, yeah, but what are you gonna do there? And it's like there wasn't much room. Like it was always like, I expect you to be here at this time, and so that the next step you can go specifically to this place, versus we are all growing and we're all learning who we are. We're literally only 17, 18 at that time anyways. Like who even knows who they are at that time? I definitely did not. And I'm still 19. I'm still discovering that now. And I can say that I like who I'm becoming. But if I were to subject myself to a box and not allow myself to grow and explore areas that I truly am interested in, and explore and learn from an institution that, encourages that exploration, it's like, that's the path that I want to take. It's more abstract, and abstract is not always a bad thing, versus just like, linear. Not to say linear is bad as well, but linear does not work for everybody because no one is linear. So yeah.
Every day I think I learn something new about myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like throughout life, like you're never gonna figure out exactly who you are. You're always gonna be learning something new about yourself. And I think that's the good thing about life. You know what I mean? So when all these people try and push their ideals on you, you just gotta take it with a grain of salt and kind of just, figure out your own path.